Hey, this is your girl, msyelladiva. Welcome to my channel. I am giving you a episode, a review on the episode The Braxtons. Season 1, Episode 6. It Takes a Village. This episode was a lot as well. It started off good, but at the end, I was in tears again. So, we'll get through it. But yeah, it was a lot again. So, Miss E, better known as Mommy, is in LA. She going to meet up with her friend. And Toni gonna set her up on a blind date. So, but Toni didn't realize, she didn't remember she was supposed to set her up on a blind date. So they meet for dinner at Mr. Child's. And Miss E was like, yeah, me and Trina went dress shopping for my blind date. No, she said we went dress shopping. And so Toni's like, for what? And she was like, my date. She was like, oh. Oh, was I supposed to set you up on the date? So now she's scrambling to find her blind date or whatever. But Miss E tells Toni about their birthday party for Tracy. She said it went lovely. I beg to differ on that. It was kind of boring with that harp player and y'all old folks doing the electric slide. Nobody else wanted to do the electric slide. It is what it is. But it was okay. It was okay. Kevin Jr. came as a surprise guest. And so he came to town. She said he seems kind of out of it. And she said, but he's going to meet Spirit. That's the therapist. Before he goes back home. So Toni was talking about her residency. She said she was terrified. She wasn't terrified to perform, but she was terrified to overexert herself and to be, sick in the hospital and stuff. So Miss E asked how sad. And so so Tracy Toni was like, Sid is great. She said he gonna let me do some jokes. Her mom was like, what? She said he gonna let you do some jokes. She was like, And so the waiter come over, right? So she said, I'm gonna do my joke for him, and he'll think he's funny. He'll think he gonna think I'm funny. So she gonna say, what do you call a bear with no teeth? And then he was like, she was like, a gummy bear. Oh, I mean, she laughing. He was like, ah. And so Miss E was like, I was laughing at Miss E's reaction. She was like, that is not funny, Toni. She was like, yes it is, yes it is. Then she asked him, did he find it funny? And he said, well, it's okay. And then she was like, Miss E was like, you ain't find that funny, just go on. You just go on. You just Oh, I can't stand her. I can't stand her. She said, "You ain't find that funny." So, anyway, Tamar goes to Carlo King on Carlo King's podcast. Oh, and so Tamar was like, everybody keep asking me. Everybody keeps asking me, why are the Braxtons coming back, and why I'm a part of it. Who asking you that? Your two friends over here. Ain't nobody asking you why are you a part of your family show? That don't make no sense, Tamar. That don't make no sense. You're a Braxton. Why wouldn't you be a part of the show? Well, she like, everybody keep asking me why I'm a part of the show. Because you're a Braxton. Why wouldn't you be a part of the show? Oh my God. Why wouldn't you be a part of the show? You're a Braxton. You ain't got nothing else to do. You a Braxton. All y'all need this check. All y'all, including Toni. All of y'all. You need this check. You got fired from the Real. You was on Big Brother, Dancing with the Stars. What was the other one? The Surreal Life. You had your own show, but then you had some issues with that kind of stuff, and you tried to unalive yourself. So and I feel sorry for you, baby, because I'm a Pisces, and we feel it in here. So I feel bad for you, but you needed this check, Sugar Shack. Your so-called husband ain't bringing in no check. Okay. But he eating booty. He eating booty sandwiches. Of your ops. But he ain't bringing in no check. So you needed this money. You definitely needed this money. And it's okay. Because Tawanda needed this money because I see her being an actress, but she ain't got no steady gigs lined up. Okay. But I seen her in a couple things now. I just seen her, and she had a wig on. I don't know. I forgot she was playing somebody's mama. What was that? What was that? Miss Cleo. Yep. I just seen her in Miss Cleo, and she was playing somebody's mama. That Miss Cleo took advantage of. Well, Miss Cleo didn't take advantage of. The network took advantage of her, and they billed her for too much. They billed her, and she didn't make all them phone calls. Yeah, but I seen I seen her. So she got work, but she ain't got steady work. So she needed this check. Toni just got this residency, so she needed this check. And Miss E, they could take some pressure off of the people who supporting Miss E. Now you do have a cooking show with Miss E, so that'll bring in some more money. Good for you. Y'all get your hustle on, And Trina, she a housewife. I'm still bopping to that. If you didn't come to party, and you better go home. That's still on my workout tape now. my workout playlist. Okay. If you didn't come, hey, that is my song. It give me hype every time I play it. But that's neither here nor there. So she needed this check too. So yeah. So all y'all need this check. So I don't know why you wouldn't be a part of the Braxtons. You are a Braxton. What's the problem? Say, don't you need the money? Okay. So, anyway. So Carlos asked Tamar, "You were the breakout star, season 1. Did that give you? Did that cause a rift in your family?" And it's the guy's honest truth. Tamar was the breakout star for Braxton's family value. She was the breakout star. Okay, I totally agree with it. I still love Tamar. I wish she would just calm down on these fillers. I, I wish you would, because you're beautiful. I just need for you to calm down on these fillers. But she was the breakout star in season 1, and so he said that caused a rift in your family. She said it just started a lot of tension. I can understand that. You know, I guess everybody else thought they were going to be the breakout star, or that they knew who the star was Toni. But it seems like the oldest and the youngest were the stars, and then you just had the ones in between. That's what it seemed like. And it seemed like Tracy was the black sheep. God rest your soul, Tracy. I love you to death. But she it felt like she was the black sheep. You know. So, but it is what it is. So, okay, so then Carlos asked her, do you regret doing the show? And so she said, for our relationship, I regret doing the show. But I don't regret doing the show because it was for the culture. She said the culture needed it, and I agree. The culture needed it because we didn't have a lot of how should I say it? A lot of positive images of black women. And I won't say like the housewives and stuff like that weren't positive, but like the Basketball Wives and Love and Hip Hop and those type of shows weren't as positive for black women as the Housewives. And the Housewives is still iffy. It's still iffy, okay? But, so the Braxtons was here, the Housewives were here, and then we got down here. The other ones, okay? So yeah, I believe we need it for the culture. And so, and then Carlos asked, did the dreams cost you your marriage? And so she said, well, when we started dating, I was 26 when we started dating, and he was young, and she said sometimes when you grow up together, you grow apart. And so then he said the Braxtons are back. She said, how's taping? She said, well, I'm a friend of the show. So I'm a friend of the show. But she said she's been wanting to quit the Braxtons since season 3. And they showed a little snippet where, she jumped out the car and she said, this is my last episode and this is my last season for the Braxtons. But it wasn't her last season. Because she was on more seasons than that. So I think Braxton Family Values had 5 seasons. If I'm thinking that's what it was. It was 5 seasons, but don't quote me on that. But she said, the first go round, I almost lost my life, and so I can't let that happen again. So I have to be responsible. I have a responsibility to my son, and I agree with that too. So she gotta protect her peace. I understand that, but I think Tamar, I think you have to first of all realize the the things that you do as well as the things that people do. I don't think I think you take responsibility for some things, but you don't take responsibility for all the things. So, and I think you need some better friends. You know, some friends that will tell you about yourself and not just be like, you know, your friends, yeah, whatever you say, that's what, that's what's going to happen. You know, I think you need some real friends that's going to tell you about yourself when you're wrong and when you ain't wrong. But 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 first and foremost, you need to figure out what you and the booty sandwich guy, what y'all doing. Okay? What y'all doing? Because you need somebody, you need a husband that's going to tell you what you should do, but not be as like stern as Vince, because Vince was real stern. Okay? He was real stern. But I can understand that because you needed that. You needed that. But I think that, you need to find some true friends, and you need to continue with your therapy, but you need to listen to therapy too. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna leave that alone. So okay, so Toni is trying on outfits for her residency, and trying to get her mama a date. So she like, you got somebody I can set my mama up with? She talking to all her wardrobe people and managers and stuff. You got somebody to set up with my mama? That ain't cute. And she also is trying to hustle Denim, because Denim is a model. Denim, she trying to hustle up some gigs for Denim too. My son's a model. Keep him in mind if you for your men's clothing line. Keep him in mind. So she on her hustle game. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at Toni. I'm not mad at it. But yeah, she on her hustle game. So Miss E come to LA to visit Judge Maybelline, Marla Gibbs, and Marla Gibbs' daughter. Every time I see Marla Gibbs' daughter, Angela Gibbs, I don't know, for the people who watch Sanford and Son. Okay, this episode where Rollo and Lamont get these two girls that came from out of town, but Rollo and Lamont is trying to trying to entertain them at Rollo's apartment, but the Rollo's apartment is too small, and Fred gonna be in the way if they do it at Fred's house. So Fred like, I made a pot of onion stew, and we got Ripple, and Ripple is some malt liquor. We okay. And so Lamont was like, no, we gonna do it over Rollo's house. So they come in, right? And Marla Gibbs' daughter is the light skinned one. But they They crashed the party. Fred crashed the party. That's what it was. Fred crashed the party because they serving peanuts and potato chips, and she was like, "I need some food. I can't do nothing with peanuts and potato chips." And then they trying to serve them some like wine and stuff, and it's called Beaujolais. That's what the wine is called, Beaujolais. And she was like, "No, no." She was like, "Where the ripple at?" And so he was like, "We ain't got no ripple." Then Angela was like, "Ain't no party with no ripple." That is my line. Ain't no party with no ripple. But anyway, basically, so anyway, Fred crashed the party. He brings the onion stew, and they go crazy for it. Then he said, "Reach down in my jacket," and he got the ripple. So then he took over the party. They dancing and stuff like that. And then Rollo and Lamont leave. So that was the episode. But so Angela Gibbs played that part. So every time I see her, I think of her. I think of that episode. Anyway, so Miss E was telling them what's going on in her life. She was just like, me and Tamar just finished taping a cooking show. So they asked, what are you looking for in a man? So she said he gotta be tall. He gotta have some sense. And she said, and he gotta have a bag. And so Judge Maybelline was like, and not a colostomy bag. Oh my God. Oh no. She was like, no, not a colostomy bag. And for those, I'm a nurse, so I know what a colostomy bag is. But for those of you who don't know what a colostomy bag is, it is a bag that catches your boo-boo. And it's attached to your intestines, okay? You got something wrong with your downstairs that you can't boo-boo out your boo-boo. So the colostomy bag catches your boo-boo, okay? But you got to empty it. You got to empty it, and sometimes, it build up with gas, so it turn into like a big bubble on there, so you got to empty out the gas. Yeah, it's not cute, but for those of us, no, I don't have one, but those of you who do have one, I understand, because I'm a nurse. I know what, I know what it's like. But so for those of you who have a colostomy bag, I understand. We do them all the time on the kids. For different things. But it is what it is. But I don't think she wants one in her life. She meant a bag as far as a money bag and not a colostomy bag. But if she fell in love with a guy with a colostomy, hey, who's to say? Angela said, well, my mama she's still 30. She celebrate her 30 year birthday every year. And so Marla was like, we are all spiritual beings, and I choose to vibrate on 30. And Judge Maybelline was like, did she say vibrate? And so Maybelline, Judge Maybelline and Miss E started laughing. And so then Angela was like, you gonna have to change your word because they bad. She said, you gotta change your word vibrate because they bad. And I laughed too. I was just like, yeah, you choose to vibrate. And so Angela asked, do you want sex? She asked her mama, do you want sex? She was like, been there, done that. She said, and sometimes you can actually do it for yourself. I guess that's where the vibrate comes. Hey, it is what it is. Oh, they tickled me. They tickled me, boy. Anyway, so Denim is having a photo shoot when his mom arrived, and she's just trying to sit back, trying to be little Toni. Okay, so um, so when he done with his photo shoot, she was just like, "Can I look at the pictures too?" Because she wants to manage him. And so, and then she takes pictures with Denim, and she said, and then he said you could post them on your IG with a cringy caption. And so she was like, "What's a cringy caption?" I don't know either, honey. I'm a mama too of a 17-year-old. I don't know what a cringy caption is either. But hey, I post my son there all the time. I don't even care what he say. So he don't want Toni to manage her. He wants to become Denim Braxton on his own. But my question is this: Denim, ain't your last name Lewis? Because your daddy named Carrie Lewis. So you just gonna drop Lewis and take on Braxton for your lineage? Because Braxton has some stardom, attached to it, or you going to cut off Braxton and you gonna be Denim Lewis so you can do it all by yourself, and nobody will know unless they researched you that Toni Braxton is your mama. I'm just asking for a friend. I'm just asking because I thought your last name was Lewis because your daddy named Carrie Lewis. And then all of a sudden you want to be Denim Braxton? I'm just asking for a friend. Anyway. I got a woosah on this one. All right, so we're going back to Atlanta. So Kevin Jr. meets with Spirit. And it was very emotional. She's asking him about the divorce. He said the divorce was unexpected. He didn't know where it came from. He was kind of blindsided. And Kevin says, I'm going to pray for my family. And she says there's nothing to pray about. The girlfriend, I guess, the wife, Olivia. She said there's nothing to pray for. She is playing with, what is this? Anyway, so she basically, playing with her emotions. I mean, his emotions, basically. But after the session, the producer, they went to lunch or whatever, and then they were trying to call Kevin, and they found him unresponsive on the ground. And apparently, Olivia called or texted Tawanda to say that they were FaceTiming. Oh, oh, I like that. Okay. They were FaceTiming, and then he was unresponsive, and he was slurring words, and he said he didn't feel right, and then he fell, and the phone cut off. So, OG, the showrunner, said Kevin Jr. had a seizure, and he's supposed to catch a flight back home because he had court tomorrow. Oh, I really sympathize with Kevin, for a person who has seizures as well. I hadn't had a seizure since 1999, praise the Lord. But I know what it's like. I know what it's like. And I've had seizures in my sleep. So it's real bad when you wake up into a dark room and you don't know who you are, where you are, and you're scared to death. That's why I always sleep with the TV on or the light on or something like that. So I know. And apparently he started having seizures after his mama's death. So, oh my God, I can't imagine all of the things that he is going through. He needs his family more than ever. And I was in tears because I know what it's like. You literally wake up groggy. You don't even know who you are and where you are. You don't even know what's going on. Oh my God, I was in tears. Anyway, so Kevin started having seizures after Tracy passed. So his wife said she would reschedule the court date. And so Kevin was worried about him being by himself in the hotel. And what I felt like somebody should have either stayed with him in the hotel or he should have stayed with somebody. I thought they dropped the ball on that. I did. Tawanda, your kids is grown. You could have stayed in that hotel with him. Trina, your kids are grown. You could have stayed in that hotel. You could have sent your kid to stay in the hotel with him. You could have. Or he could have stayed with y'all. Y'all could have put him up for a night so y'all could check on him. Y'all dropped the ball on that, Jack. Y'all dropped the ball on that, man. Because he could have seizures in his sleep. That's how Flojo died. And I think she had a husband, so he probably called the ambulance. But that's how Flojo died. So it terrifies me every time I have a seizure and I come out, because sometimes I can't come out. So it's a blessing for me to be here every day, and I haven't had a seizure since 1999. That's why I don't mess with my sleep, because I was in nursing school when they started back, because I have had seizures when I was a baby, and they started back in nursing school because I was so stressed and I wasn't getting enough sleep. So that's why I don't play about my sleep. I don't play about my sleep because it could happen. So I'm getting emotional. But anyway. So Trina and Miss E visit Kevin Jr. in the hotel the next day. Thank you, Jesus, that Kevin Jr. was still here. But his wife went on for her court date, got the house, got sole custody of little Junior. And yeah. So that's another gut punch on him. That she completed the divorce without him. So he got to go back to court to appeal it because he couldn't fly that day because he had a seizure. And Miss E said, and she said these powerful words, and we're going to end it with this. You're going to be all right because you are your mama's son. Yeah. This is msyelladiva. Give me a thumbs up if you like my content. I got a little heart for that. I was like, oh. And I needed that. Okay? Like, share, and subscribe. This is msyelladiva signing off.